Good morning, everyone. So we're just waiting for a few more people to join, and then we'll begin. We'll provide you with some updates on what's going on right now on the ground. If you can hear me, please leave a comment. If you can't hear me, please let me know.
I can hear you.
Good. So we're on the live right now. So we're just testing to make sure everything's okay, so that everyone can hear us clearly. So everyone. Okay, so we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, and we are on YouTube. So let's keep building our audience before we start. Share with your friends and family. Let them know what's going on. Tag your friends, tag your family, share this live, let them know what's going on. And it doesn't matter where they live. They could live in the US, they could be in Canada, in the UK, in a Caribbean island, Trinidad, Barbados. Doesn't matter where they are. They need to see what happens today. Today is a grand day. Today is a very important day. So the whole world needs to see this. Keep building that audience, keep sharing. Let me see what's going on over Facebook and Instagram. If you guys can hear me over at Facebook, on Twitter, and YouTube, please send a message in the chat right now. Let me know if you can hear us clearly. Please share the YouTube link. Share the YouTube link, share the Twitter link, share the Facebook link, and share the Instagram live. Okay, so I'm now getting feed from Facebook. I'm now getting feed from Instagram, so we're good to go. Great. So I'm going to introduce myself. So my name is Devon Thompson. I'm one of 3 vice presidents for the United Independence Congress. And today, the UIC and civil society groups march on Garden House, starting at Ward Theater. And I am here to bring you live footage from the ground. So I have some questions here from the Facebook chat from Madison here. Please answer, are you marching? Yes. And the UIC is marching. They're already on site, and they're building up, and they're waiting for others to join them. Let's see what's going on Instagram. Good morning, HBF Beauty. Good morning, J Rebel. Morning, Natty Shine. Morning, Trigger 876. Susu Love. Black View, Twizzle. Let me know where you're streaming in from. Let me know what country you're coming in from, so I can big up that country. Miss Smith, good morning. George Simon too, good morning. It's Gucci. Gucci says that today we make history, and that's right. Good morning. So Sandy Slim said that she's at work, so she couldn't come out, and we fully understand that. A lot of people are in the diaspora as well and can't come out. Roberio Hewitt, I love the movement. Up top, 2166. Can hear it clearly. Romario Hewitt. So if you want to see the other links, if you want to watch on Instagram, if you want to watch on YouTube, you can just type in UIC Liberty TV on YouTube. If you want to watch on Facebook, just type in UIC Jamaica on Facebook and UIC Jamaica on Twitter. So J Rebel calling in from Florida, welcome. Natty Shine calling in from London, welcome. Yes, definitely. HBF Beauty. We'll always stand up for Jamaicans. Yes, Superstar Dev. The march is still on. You're on your way. Good, good, good. Hope to see you guys there. Make sure you're streaming live from your phones as well. Romario calling in from Westmoreland. Showard from Arizona, US. Superstar from Trinidad. Showered with love. Welcome. Mario calling from Westmoreland. Lulu Star, I see you there. Welcome. And I know where you're calling in from. Sir KB returns. Welcome. Up top is calling in from Trilani. Unfortunately, he can't make it today, but that's okay. There will be other marches. This is not the first, and it won't be the last. Sir KB, we won't have any issues with the police. This is a peaceful march, a peaceful demonstration, so there will be no issues with the police. Freedom Food Nation, repping from Montego Bay, welcome. One Link Tours JA need a march in Montego Bay. We're supposed to come to Montego Bay, but with the increase in rhetoric of the Prime Minister, we had no choice but to detour and go straight to Garden House. Roro, wish you could be there. Okay, so that's Instagram. Instagram team is live. Let's see what's been going on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So we have Nigel Trey here, Pat Lee, Sadie Mackenzie Beckford. We have Daniel Wright. So some people are asking if the UIC has obtained a permit to march. I'm going to talk about that later. I'm going to mention something. If there are arrests or abuse of authority, will you sue the government? The UIC does have lawyers on standby. So we have folks here coming in from Toronto. Joseph Hunt, welcome. Dale Brown coming in from New York, welcome. We have Nigel from Britain, or I should say the United Kingdom. We have Joe coming in from London, United Kingdom. We have Daniel Wright from New York. Ricardo Henry. Welcome, Ricardo. We have World Class coming in from Jamaica. Julie from Wales. Joseph says his vote is going to the UIC. We have Forbes Legal Opinions Limited. Forbes Legal Opinion. I think I'm going to have to visit your page to see what your page is about. You're watching from London. Welcome. We have some Canadians here. Nadra Weatherman, representing from Moneeg. Prada G Garden, one of the UIC's biggest supporters, coming in from Montego Bay. We have OK saying, thank you for standing up with us, UIC Jamaica. We have Richard Calbot, welcome. Marsha Sampson, sorry I can't be there this morning because I live all the way in Port Antonio. That's understandable. A lot of people can't make it all the way to Kingston. We have repentance, holiness, fear of the Lord, please hurry and come to Mobe. Yes, so even though we detoured to Garden House, we definitely will be continuing the walk across the island. So we were supposed to go to Santa Cruz, but as I said earlier, that got detoured by the Prime Minister's rhetoric. So we had to go to Garden House to make a statement. But we will be going back on the trail, heading to Santa Cruz. And after Santa Cruz, I believe we'll be going to Sav. And then from Sav, we go around. Then we have Nenita Miles watching from the UK. Gary Garden watching from Florida. Brian Sheppy, welcome, watching from Jamaica. Les Brown, welcome. Les Brown is one of our biggest supporters, welcome. Jermaine Montague, thanks for the support, Jermaine, welcome. And we have Lady Nadine Benson, all the way, too legit to quit, definitely. Wish I could have been there for this because it's going to get a little tense because the JLP or the PNP didn't think the people's eyes would ever open. And that's what's happening. A lot of Jamaicans are experiencing an awakening right now. A lot of people woke up without the UIC because what's going on today is kind of strange, right? And a lot of people felt that, so they realized that something is not right, and that really pushed against a collective cognitive dissonance, and people started to open up their eyes to the reality of the world we're living in. And Denmark Dixon, greetings to you as well. Jacqueline Burrell, welcome. Gerald Riley, calling in from Canada, welcome. Saint Simon, morning. We have Repentance, Holiness, Fear of the Lord says, blue is my color anyways, though I'm still with the JLP. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with you having your heart set on the JLP and your heart set on the PNP, but you recognize that the UIC is the one bringing the solutions to Jamaica. And once you bring those solutions, once you replace the system of governance and get rid of the corruption in the system, then you can always go back to supporting your JLP or your PNP, because now the unscrupulous individuals who attempt to take over those organizations or any other political party won't have the power to disrupt the good governance in Jamaica. So once the UIC becomes government, the UIC will be replacing the entire system with a non-partisan constitutional republic. So no organization, it doesn't matter who you are, no individual will have the power to influence the government of Jamaica for their own purposes. And thanks for the support, Repentance. And Vance Walker, I love this party. I think I will vote next election. Thanks for the support. Marsha Sampson, I hope you guys come to Port Antonio soon. We definitely will. Jay Brown, you're doing a good job. Thank you. We see Isolate Mead. So, okay, we see Isolate Mead. Welcome. And don't forget to share this live, share with your friends and family. Let's build up the views. Everybody needs to see what happens today. Yeah, we're definitely going to be coming to Montego Bay. We'll advise you guys of that. Let's see, who else do we have here? We have Jamaica Live. It's time for a new party in Jamaica. UIC have to consider providing buses from every parish. We wish we could. We wish we could provide buses from every parish. So over the past couple of weeks, we've seen a lot of messages coming around from politicians and from various sectors of society. And some of these messages are coming from the JLP and the PNP. They're asking us who funds the UIC? Is the UIC funded by an international organization? They think that the UIC is some kind of rich, powerful organization that has all the money in the world. Well, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. We don't. The UIC at the moment can't afford to have buses coming from every parish. So the activities of the UIC is funded by regular Jamaicans like you. So when we get the bus we have buses coming from Montego Bay, and we have buses coming from St. Elizabeth. We have buses coming from Westmoreland. And all of those buses are paid for by the people who are on those buses, because they took their own money and they said, you know what, we can't miss this. So we are going to put our money together and we are going to jump on this bus and come to Garden House. So it is the people that's coming together and paying for this. It's not the UIC, a rich organization getting money from all over the world to do this. It's really the Jamaican people that are doing this. And that's why a lot of people don't understand. The UIC is just a conduit for the voice of the Jamaican people. We are only a conduit. The Jamaican people are fully capable of organizing. All it needed was a leader to do so. And we got that leader, which is Joseph L. Patterson. So thank you guys for the support. Supporting from New York, but living in Connecticut. Kevron says the government was threatened by the interview from Unstoppable on YouTube, hence the bullying. And people, I want you to follow Unstoppable TV. Follow Unstoppable TV. Follow Jamaican Carlos. Let me tell you what I like about Unstoppable and Jamaican Carlos. You see, if the UIC make a mistake, them hammer away. They come out and them talk the truth and say, UIC, you were wrong. UIC, we don't like that. That is what I like about Unstoppable TV and Jamaican Carlos. They come out and they tell the truth to the Jamaican people. And when they hammer the UIC, we don't feel no way. Because we know that they might do it out of love and they might do it out of respect. Richard Grant, freedom is a must. Let's see. Paul Chin, welcome. So we have someone says, I don't always agree with everything that the UIC says, but on this one, I am 100% in agreement. The government cannot decide who or when they can protest the government. And I agree 100% there. And it's important to note that it doesn't matter what the political party is. It could be the JLP, the PNP, or the UIC. You know, it could be your church. You're not going to agree with everything the leader says. You're not going to agree with everything the organization says, but you have a common understanding. You know, with the church, or with Islam and with other religions, your common understanding is the entity that you worship. With the UIC, the common understanding is that we must defend the life, liberty, and the property of all Jamaicans at all costs, right? And that is our common understanding. And under that falls all of our plans for Jamaica and our manifesto. It's all aligned to that one single principle, that everybody is deserving of their life, their liberty, and their property, and no individual, no organization, no group, and no government should infringe upon that right. So let me jump to Instagram and see what's going on. So we're getting asked, when is the march going to start? So we're just waiting on footage from the guys on the ground, see what's going on. They're preparing right now, getting everything ready, and they'll be coming on soon, and you'll be seeing that march. So let's see what's going on in Instagram. Share, share, share. Let's see. So I might have missed some of your comments at Instagram. Sorry if I can't capture everything. But let's see. Roro says, make a chart with the different March dates and places so we can clear out our calendar to be present. Agreed. And that's what we're working on. So we're going to have a map of Jamaica, and you're going to see all the locations that we're going to be, and you're going to see the dates. So we're still going to be doing all of that. Let's see here. Welcome, Twinkle28. Welcome, Rashid. Welcome, Sir KB. Mark, the march is going to start soon. It's not started yet, but it's going to start soon. They have to make sure that everything is in order. Everybody is briefed on safety as well as on security, because this is a peaceful and orderly march. Pretty Young says, I never voted, told myself never will until now. And I'm the same as you. Personally, I've never voted a day in my life. And I never intended to. And I'm just going to be honest about that, because I never saw the reason to vote, because I just thought that the PNP and the JLP were really two sides of the same coin. So it's really been introduced to the UIC why I'm now motivated to partake in the political process. And I want you to do that as well. So don't sit back and watch the UIC do everything. Don't sit back and let the UIC do everything. You need to take part in the political process as well. And how you can take part in this process is you can sign up to be an MP, you can sign up to be a councillor, you can sign up to be a senator, you can sign up to be a subject matter expert, you can donate to the UIC, you can become a member of the UIC. And when you become a member of the UIC, you can craft policies, you can vote on policies, you can join different groups within the UIC. For example, we have a committee working on the constitution, the new constitution. We have a committee working on the crime plan. We have a committee working on the energy plan, energy security plan, food security, water security. We have a committee working on healthcare, emergency services. We have a committee working on African and Caribbean relations. So, if you have any skill sets in any of those areas, become a member of the UIC and you can actually help craft policies. So don't just leave it to us. Be a part of the change. Ramp up your PR, target entertainers. That's from Ato. Let me see if we have any footage here. I see the president joining us. He might be coming on to give us some updates. Sorry. Let's see here.
Sir Thompson.
Hey, Mr. Patterson, how are you doing? How's everything?
Not bad at all. I'm stuck in traffic here, really bad. So I am, let me show you what's going on. I'm moving at snail speed, please. Yeah. So I got caught.
Did the UIC cause that?
Sorry?
Did the UIC cause that? I thought you guys said you weren't blocking any traffic.
No, this is us at all. I'm just trying to get to location, but it's really bad here. This side, I'm coming from the top side of the town, so I passed by Gordon House just to make sure the location is okay. And I'm trying to navigate now down to our location, but it's really, really bad in this side of town. So I'm moving at like an inch a minute.
I'd have to get a bicycle.
Yeah, I might have to get out and walk, but it's really bad. Yeah. Boy. So how are things on the live stage? How many people we have on there with you?
Things are good. So right now we have 56 on our Instagram, and it's building as time goes by. Not sure how much we have on Facebook.
How many have you on this live? Do we have anybody else on this particular platform?
Oh, yes. I'm going to introduce them soon. But Marsha seems to be having some issues with her mic, so I'm waiting for Marsha's mic to be connected. And we have Carlos joining us soon, Jamaican Carlos.
Right.
We're hoping to see Unstoppable TV. We're not sure if he's going to be here with us, but we're hoping to see him. And he might be streaming or this live as well. So
okay, that would be good.
Yes.
That would be good. I'm just trying to see if I can give you a view of my problem. Let me see if I can okay, let me try this turn off and see if I can get out. I really picked the wrong route trying to get down to the bottom, but I'm trying to see if I can navigate out of this.
You have to be careful driving through the market, because sometimes it gets so tight and there are taxis parked up there.
And I don't want to, turn over anybody's food and stuff. Otherwise, I have to pay a fine. This is what I'm going through here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's freeing up now because I found a little detour, and I think the only problem is that detour brings me to a one-way where I have to turn up instead of down. But I'm very close now. Yeah. If I had a chauffeur, I'd get out and walk because I'm very close. But I am heading on to a one-way stretch, which means I have to turn up a bit and then come around. But look at the nice foods, our people produce.
All right, so Mr. Patterson, here's what we're gonna do. Get back to us when you get to site, because yes, we don't want you to map your route to the location live on social media.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so get back to us when you get to site. Okay, all right. So we actually lost him there for a minute. Okay. So let's get back.
All right. So catch you guys in a bit. And sorry for the delay.
Okay. All right. So okay. So that was Mr. Patterson. So they are stuck in traffic. So I'm going to bring on my guest, Mr. Howard McDonald. Are you here, Mr. McDonald?
Yes, I'm here.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Yourself?
I'm doing good. Where are you calling in from?
I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina right now, but I wish I was actually at Ward Theater going towards Garden House.
Okay. And you're a member of the UIC. When did you sign up to become a member?
I actually signed up in 2020, about March or April.
Yeah.
I had a question because when they had the election, I think I spoke to Mr. Patterson, and he indicated that he wasn't going to contest it. So I kind of, went on a lull to see what's going on, because every time a third party comes up in Jamaica, it always gets clobbered or pushed out.
Yes.
So I wanted to make sure that it was real, because once I read the manifesto, I'm like, yes, this is what we need.
Yeah.
And then when I heard it started back up again, I'm like, okay. So I started, contributing again and trying to push other people to come to UIC. I've been sending out email, text all over the place.
Yeah. And the reason why we didn't contest the last general election, because we had the ability to do so, but we were told by the Prime Minister that we were in a dangerous pandemic and everybody's going to get this virus. Beware, be cautious, be afraid. So the YC said, okay, so why are we calling a general election in the middle of the pandemic? If our members and if our candidates are going to be put at risk, then we're not going to send them out to contest an election. So then we sent a letter, we sent a public release stating that the UIC will not be contesting this general election due to the safety concern, the safety risk to our members. So how is it that we as the UIC were more wary of the pandemic, of the risk of the pandemic than the actual sitting government? How was that?
Yeah, it was kind of strange too, because I'm like, since the election, I think it was about September 3rd, after that, everything just blew up. From this amount of people getting the virus versus it just blew up to about close to what? I think about 14,000 at the time, and it just kept growing. And I'm like, no, something's wrong. So why would you call an election 9 months before the actual election date in a pandemic? That baffled me too. So
yeah, that was strange. 9 months. So the election was due in June, July of this year. So he had a lot of time, to ensure that the Jamaican people were safe. So the UIC backed out of the election. So we said, fine, okay. We were actually going along with what Andrew Holness was doing up until he went full dictator. We supported him when he closed the borders, but then I don't think this was a mistake. I think it was just a stupid judgment call. He prevented citizens and legal residents of Jamaica from entering the country, and that is unconstitutional. You cannot prevent your own citizens from entering the country of their birth. When you do that, where are they going to go? What they're going to...
I remember that quite well, when the cruise ship with some of the workers on the ships couldn't return. I'm like, why are they turning them back? And it was kind of scary to say, okay, I'm a Jamaican and I can't come back, because I know that's unconstitutional. And then to see this Carnival cruise ship land in, I think, Reset St. Anne, and they're letting people out to actually go out while it's a lockdown day, no movement day. And then at the same time, you have this guy, Floyd Green, being caught, and the police did nothing. I saw them arresting about 18,000 people for no movement days. But this one is actually clear as day. The prosecutor did nothing. The police department did nothing. The politician did nothing. So something is wrong with the system. It's two types of laws for the haves and the have-nots. That's what I'm saying.
So a lot of things happen. The cruise ships, the politicians ignoring their own government orders, but the UIC tends not to focus much on those things. Let me tell you why. So Floyd Green went against what his own government was saying. But let me tell you, Floyd Green was a victim of his own policies. He was a victim of his own policies. The government of Jamaica is creating criminals where there are none. So they created a criminal out of the Minister of Agriculture. And I want people to understand that when the government create policies that say that if you don't wear a mask, you are going to go to jail and you get caught without a mask. They are criminalizing you as an innocent citizen, right? Bad laws, and I'm not afraid to say this on social media, bad laws are meant to be broken. And I'm being very serious. Bad laws are meant to be broken. It is impossible and extremely difficult for the Jamaican citizens to follow bad laws. For example, the poorest of our society rely upon entertainment to eat. Everybody knows this. When you shut down the entertainment industry, what do you think is going to happen? They are going to try to find ways around those bad laws to ensure that they eat, which is why you hear about parties still being, we're not seeing it, of course, and we don't know where they are, but we hear about parties still being kept throughout the entire pandemic from 2020 to now. There's probably a party tonight, there's probably a party tomorrow night, right? And then we hear about the police actually accepting monies to let these parties go ahead. But what do you expect? If somebody is hungry, they're going to go get the apple to eat. And wherever the apple is, they are going for it. You think somebody's going to sit down and stay at home and starve to death? No, they're not. So you see, go ahead, Mr. McDonald.
My thing is, if the government is not subject to the laws of the land, neither should the people be subject to the laws of the land. Mm-hmm. If you're setting laws and you're legislating laws, you have to abide by the law. So now they have no moral authority to tell people that they can't move when the government is moving. Mm-hmm. And they're getting their cronies to do their bidding, and they do what they want to do, and nothing happened to the poor people. Mm-hmm. You know, so the court has no moral authority to charge other people who have been caught on video. And I know you said Floyd Green it's subject to the whole party. They set laws and they break the law, but yes, they have no moral authority. The police has none, because they haven't approached him like they've approached the local Jamaican people. And that's something, there's no equity, there's no justice. So what you do when there's no justice? You have to march for your rights, your freedoms, mm-hmm, your sovereignty for each person. Each person is sovereign. I said the queen is sovereign. I'm thinking to myself, oh, she was born from somebody too, so I'm also sovereign. Mm-hmm. But we don't see that. They keep trying to hoodwink the people into thinking that we're free when we're not free. Mm-hmm. We're still mentally bonded,
And a lot of people who are in opposition to what we're doing would come out and say, but Justin Trudeau from Canada is doing the same thing. Joe Biden in the US is doing the same thing. The UK is doing the same thing. So what is the Prime Minister doing wrong? And I find it very difficult to answer that question, because I think the question is ridiculous and the question is strange. Because if a world leader decides that they want to execute protesters, will the Jamaican government follow suit, and would you support that? You have to understand something. The Jamaican people didn't elect Canada or the UK or the US or the World Health Organization. The Jamaican people did not elect those people. They elected, as a matter of fact, they didn't even elect Andrew Holness. They didn't even elect Andrew Holness. What they did was elect MPs, and then the Governor General appointed Andrew Holness. So you didn't even elect Andrew Holness, right? You elect. Oh my God! You elected.
People aren't elected; they're selected.
Yeah, right. They're selected, right? Yeah. As a matter of fact, you still didn't even elect your MP. It's ridiculous. The MPs were selected, and you had no choice but to vote for them, right? You had no choice in the matter. So really and truly, the Jamaican people didn't elect anybody. They were selected for you. That's not a democracy, and that's not a republic.
Yeah,
right?
But it has been happening for too long. I left Jamaica about 30 years ago, and I go back to Jamaica, and it's the same thing. The bureaucracy, politics, it's still going on,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me see if we have any. Okay, they're still not on. Let me check to see if I have any communication from the ground. Let's see. Let's see, do we have any communique? Okay, so they're still on route. We have team leaders on site right now. and they are briefing some of the folks who are already there. So we'll definitely be getting some footage soon. And I want to go back to that statement that you made. Actually, before I go back to that, I see a comment here. Asma Abrahams, Jamaicans need justice. Canadians are marching against Justin Trudeau. He's dictating, and people are showing that laws make a large percentage of people criminals. Then the laws are flawed. Yes, if the laws are creating criminals, the laws are definitely flawed. And this is what the media refuses to show the Jamaican people. So you're in the US, Howard. Right. We have a lot of Jamaican members in the diaspora, and a lot of Jamaicans who are in Jamaica who are connected with diaspora members and follow the news abroad. So you see, if you're living in Jamaica and you don't follow international news, and when I say international news, I'm not talking about mainstream media like the CNN or the Fox News or the ABC. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the roots media, people who go on the ground and cover things in real time. So if you're not seeing that stuff, you're not going to realize that Canadians, and I don't know if Americans have been doing it. I haven't been seeing anything, but Canadians, Europeans, the British, the French, Australians, they have been marching in numbers, millions actually. Millions of people have been marching since 2020, but you will not see that in the Jamaica Gleaner. You're not going to see it in the Jamaica Observer.
But here's the thing. I've not watched TV, any type of TV news for about 6 years. Because it's all fake, you know, and the mainstream media try to prevent you from seeing what's going on. Australia, there's a lot of demonstration, a whole ton of demonstration. In Italy, demonstration. In France, demonstration. And they hide it from the public because they don't want the public to see what's really going on, to say, okay, we need to do that too. And that's why they're hiding it. I even was looking at the Gleaner, and they have a little thing about UIC, but it's hidden. You have to do a search in the Gleaner, and then they want to say President Patterson is talking about being anti-vaxxer. I'm like, no, he's not anti-vaxxer. He said it's freedom. You choose if you want to get vaxxed or not vaxxed. But they pick up one or two things that he says and put it out there to try to trick the public. Yeah, they all do that all the time, and that's why I have not watched TV for about 6 years, the news, because it's fake, and people need to realize that they're being hoodwinked. So somebody asked a comment in the section, Willie KZJ, he says, if you don't watch TV, how do you know it's fake? If I do not watch TV? Yeah, because how do you know it's fake? I've been watching TV long enough to know that it's fake, because you do your own research after you watch TV and pick sense out of nonsense. They're all actors. Yes. Yeah, they're all actors. So when they come on TV, if you look at how they behave, if you look at how they're taught, they're all trained actors. All of the hosts. If you realize, we're not doing this professionally, right? So this is not a news broadcast, right? So we're not so wonderful at getting the information across to you. So you can say this is like almost like a blogging thing, right? But when you look at mainstream media, you see that these guys were briefed to say what they needed to say, and they can't say what they truly want to say, right? So it's all scripted. If you watch something over and over again and you're seeing the same thing, they're programming your mind. You got to free your mind, you know, and that's what they keep doing. That's what they call a TV program. So they're programming you. You know what I mean? So you got to set your mind free and then think and question everything that you see. If you question stuff that they put out there, you'll see when they're lying and when they're not lying. And no, you can't question anything. Even doctors in Jamaica can't question anything, because the moment the doctors say something that say, oh, wait, because a lot of doctors this year in Jamaica realize that something is wrong. A lot of them realize late, but better late than never, right? But here's the thing, the doctors here too are actually scared to talk, because I have clients who are physicians, and privately they're saying one thing, and they're saying the media is saying something else. I can't disclose that, but that's what's going on, and they're afraid to speak up because they lose their license. Yeah, we've known, and we're not afraid to talk right now. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, do what you want to do. We've known from 2020 of last year that Jamaican doctors have been taking ivermectin. We've known this
from last year.
Right.
In March of this year, the Medical Association of Jamaica said to the government, hey, I think we need to allow this drug into the country to reduce the impact on the hospitals, as well as to reduce serious illness and death. The Medical Association of Jamaica said this. It's not the UIC. It's not me that said it. So when the UIC comes out and says something, we are actually parroting the experts. And we've said over and over again, Jamaica, the government is not listening to the experts. They're not listening to the experts. And a lot of people attacked us for saying that. And they're saying, then who are they listening to? And I said, well, they're blindly listening to the World Health Organization. And as you can see, every single vaccine, every single injection that was offered to the Jamaican people this year is not approved by the United Kingdom and some other countries. Exactly. So ask yourself, who was the government? Who was the government listening to the entire time when they were coercing Jamaicans into getting a job?
Well, look, the patent for ivermectin expired, so they won't be making any money off ivermectin.
You can't.
So they definitely have to take it off the market to push Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson, all those big pharmas, because that's how they want to make money.
But here's the thing, Pfizer, and guys, the live stream is coming soon. But here's the thing, Pfizer is actually making their own antiviral drug, the oral antiviral drug for COVID-19, because Pfizer told us in, I think it was April of this year, Pfizer on their Twitter page came out. And again, the things that the UIC is telling you is things that we're getting from the same people that the government claims to be listening to actually, right? But they're not telling you this. Pfizer came out and said that their jobs alone won't put an end to COVID-19. It is likely that oral antiviral medication will be necessary. Pfizer said that, and you're right, Mr. McDowell. There's no money to be made off ivermectin if it is freely accessible. Because let me tell you, right now, ivermectin is unaffordable in Jamaica. Very, very unaffordable. One box is like, if I can recall correctly, maybe like $30,000-$40,000. And one box comes with 20 pills. The regular people can't afford that, right? And people are gonna blame, yeah. Yeah, I was saying, and then people are gonna blame the private market for being greedy, but that's not the case. What happens is government restrictions and regulations increase the price and the cost of goods and services. Right. And then now, because of the pandemic and the lockdowns, the cost of shipping increases. So the products that they're getting from the US, they have to pay for shipping, they have to pay duties, they have to pay taxes, and they have to pay for all the other little fees that the government forces on them. So they have no choice but to sell them at this number, and only one company is allowed to import it. One company, Lasco Pharmaceuticals, right? That's another problem. So we need to open the market. We need Lasco, we need the other 3 or 4 or 5 pharmaceutical companies in Jamaica to be able to import this drug from India, from Mexico, from Brazil, from Canada, from the US. And then the cost of the product will fall drastically, because in the US, it costs $1 US per day. $1 per day is $100.
Right, you see, if the government is not providing us options to this pandemic or plandemic, I call it a plandemic, and I don't care who want to say what. To me, it was planned, right? Mm-hmm. If there are no options, right? Of course, they're gonna not want to bring it in at a cheaper price. The government can get a cheaper price. Mm-hmm. They keep pushing one drug and keep excluding options for the people of Jamaica, and that's what we need.
Yes. Okay. So just to give you an update, the protests will be coming on soon. We're just waiting for them to jump in and show us the stream. A lot of people were late because of the large amount of traffic there. So we're waiting for them to come on live and show us what is going on. So be patient with us, guys. A lot of traffic in downtown Kingston. Okay. All right. So we have Mr. Raymond Grant on with us. Mr. Grant, are you here? No problem. Mr. Grant, are you here?
Yeah, sorry, it took me a while to unmute. Yeah, I'm fine.
Yes.
I'm here.
Where are you calling from, Mr. Grant? And are you a member of the UIC?
Yes, I'm a member. Got the link,
Okay.
and I am calling you in from Alberta, Canada, Calgary, Alberta, Canada, to be specific.
Welcome, welcome. Yes, we definitely have Jamaicans from all over the world tuned into this. We have 74 now on Instagram, and we have 171 on our other streams. Welcome, everybody. The stream is going to be up and running soon. We're just waiting for live footage from the ground that will be here. So, Mr. Grant, while we wait, tell us what you do for the UIC.
Yeah, I am the team leader for the crime committee.
Okay, so go ahead.
Well, that's what I do. I'm working on what I think is maybe not the most immediate pressing issue, bearing in mind the current virus and vaccination situation, but overall, the issue that is most pressing for Jamaicans, all the polls show, and is certainly the issue that is killing most Jamaicans, and that is the issue of crime.
And instead of focusing on this issue, the issue of crime, our government has focused the country's security apparatus on arresting maskless Jamaicans. And you can see their post. The JCF made a post yesterday about the UIC not receiving permission to march or to protest against the government's tyranny, right? So we need the security apparatus to be refocused on what it's supposed to be doing, and that's to be fighting crime. We don't want the Minister of Education, Minister of National Security, even though he's a medical doctor, we don't want him fighting COVID-19. We want him fighting crime, right? And that's really what we need to do.
Yeah, I think the police are, I was in the force decades ago. So I understand that they are just enforcing. There needs to be a change to the laws and constitution of Jamaica, because this law goes way back, and it doesn't clearly define the difference. First of all, it doesn't clearly define the difference between a march and a walk, and secondly, it doesn't. And walking, it doesn't also. And also, if you're not causing any disruption of any kind to traffic, and so they don't need to block roads and so on. I still don't understand why you need to have a permit for free expression.
And the Public Order Act that they're using to do this, it was created in 1962, I think, sometime around Jamaica's fake independence, so sometime around that time.
Yeah, it's overhang from the colonial times to keep us niggers in line.
Yes. All right. And sorry, I didn't expect you to say that. But yeah, you're definitely right.
I'm just saying it from their perspective. Right?
Yeah, I know. And we have to be raw and truthful on this. And that's
calling
how
a spade a spade.
Yeah, call a spade a spade. That's how they saw it. They wanted to keep us, in chains, in mental chains. So, 1962, I think, I don't know what was in their minds at the time, because it was around independence time. Maybe they had some kind of purpose or some kind of reason for creating those laws, but there are lots of other laws like that on the books that the government doesn't execute, but they execute it whenever they feel it's necessary. And that's what they're doing right now with the Public Order Act. They do not want any opposition. No opposition to what they're doing. They don't want it. They don't want to see it, and they don't want to hear it. Because if you realize the type of speech that we're getting from the Prime Minister, he literally called poor people dumb, because he claimed that poor people were listening to conspiracy theories and getting the wrong information. And at the same time, he was basically saying that rich people and wealthy people were getting the correct information. Right? So they have no regards. They have no regards for the people. And the Constitution itself doesn't give precedence to the Public Order Act. It doesn't. There are lots of laws, and I call them bad laws. and there are bad laws for a reason. There are lots of laws on the book that go directly against what the current Jamaican constitution says, even though we don't even give any authority to this constitution, because we believe the constitution is fraudulent and should be replaced, because it gives the prime minister the power to disregard it, utilizing, of course, as you see, the Disaster Risk Management Act, right? So we have to replace that constitution, but at the same time, the Public Order Act, as it stands right now, goes directly against this Jamaican constitution, as weak as it is, and that is a bad law.
And the fact that you see, we have always been people that stood up for ourselves. There was the Emerald Bay Rebellion, there was Garvey's movement, and God forbid that we would be allowed to have freedom to stand up for ourselves. So we saw how the people leading the Morant Bay Rebellion were treated. We see how Garvey was treated. And now that we're again, getting a little uppity, they need to keep us clamped down. So it's all about social control. And to maintain a status quo where a political and economic elite runs things to their advantage. And the vaccination thing is a classic example where there is big money backing big government to implement these things.
Yes.
And big pharma, big money, including big pharma.
And it's strange. It's strange. Let me see. Yeah, it's strange because before the pandemic, nobody trusted big pharma. Nobody trusted these.
Well, nobody trusted our government either.
Yeah, nobody trusted.
Most people don't vote for them.
Right, because the amount of lawsuits against these pharmaceutical companies, it's crazy. Because even in Jamaica, a lot of people don't know this, and I like to bring it up because I want people to know. Back in the 1920s, listen clearly. Stop what you're doing right now and listen clearly to what I'm about to say. In the 1920s, the Rockefeller Foundation, which is now in Jamaica's Medical Act. If you read Jamaica's Medical Act, you're going to see Rockefeller Foundation at the bottom, who has special medical permission to operate in Jamaica as a medical practitioner. In the 1920s, Rockefeller brought to Jamaica what was called then the International Health Division. The International Health Division is now called the World Health Organization. Here's what they did in the 1920s. Tuberculosis was dangerous and it was killing a lot of people. So a lot of Jamaicans were afraid. So they came to Jamaica to test the tuberculosis vaccine. But what they did, they tested the vaccine on 300 orphan children. Stony Hill, I think one of them was the Stony Hill Orphan Institution. The other one was, I think it was the Alpha Orphan Institution, 300 orphan children. And they went to a mental institution and tested the vaccines on them as well. And these 300 children, the individuals at the mental institution had no idea what kind of testing they were being put under. And then they went further now, and they went to the regular schools now and said that, okay, we're going to start vaccinating children now with parents' permission. But the thing is, they didn't explain properly to the parents what they were putting their children in. So there was no informed consent. They did this before in Jamaica, and they're doing the same thing again today. They're removing the informed consent of the Jamaican people because they keep comparing the COVID-19 jabs to seatbelts. They keep comparing it. They keep comparing it to sterilizing vaccines like the polio vaccine and the smallpox vaccines, which saved millions of lives. Those vaccines save lives, right? But they're sterilizing vaccines that prevent you from transmitting the virus, from getting the virus, from carrying the virus. Any physician, any government, any pharmaceutical company that tries to get you to take the job or undergo a medical procedure by comparing the COVID-19 jab to seatbelts or to sterilizing vaccines like the polio and the smallpox vaccines, they took away your informed consent because they lied to you. And that is the plain truth. They lied to you. Now we have companies like CVM TV, and we have companies like AIC, we have companies like NCB, all owned by Portland Holdings. Michael Leachin owns Portland Holdings. And these companies are telling their employees that they cannot come to work unless they take the job which they compare to seatbelts and sterilizing vaccines. They are doing this to their employees right now. And we know for a fact, for a scientific fact, that those who took the COVID-19 jab can still be infected with COVID-19, can still transmit COVID-19, can still get ill from COVID-19, can still be hospitalized due to COVID-19, and can still die due to COVID-19. Therefore, CVM, AIC, Portland Holdings, NCB, Michael Leachin, you need to ban all of your workers from the workplace then. Ban everybody, tell everybody that they can't come to work and shut down the business. It's simple as that.
I have been vaccinated.
Yes.
I don't want to get so much into the vaccine debate. To me, I think our focus should be, certainly it is my focus, is one, there is no, in Alberta here, you kind of have to get vaccinated because there's a state of emergency, and they have ordered that you cannot go anywhere or do anything unless you're vaccinated. You can't go to school, you can't work, you can't get a job, you can't eat in a restaurant, you can't go into stores. So you got to do it. What are you going to do? There are protests, and protests are ongoing. You can't travel, you can't go on a plane, can't go on a train, can't go anything that is federal, they go across provincial borders. Any employment governed by the feds, you can't do it. Any industry. Anyway, so my concern really is not, I chose to get vaccinated, but that was a choice I made bearing in mind, even prior to the coercion coming in. I think that my concerns really are that there's a lack of liability for the vaccine makers. I cannot recall any time where anything like that has been allowed. Even if you make a toy for children and one child chokes on it, you have to recall the whole thing. Or if there's lead in the paint, and so on. So here is something being injected into our bodies, and there is no liability for it. So yeah, it's a gamble I took to get the vaccination, but I figured I'm older and so on, so I don't have much of a life left. Whereas I think if I had a young child, I am not sure if I would get them vaccinated. The problem is if I refuse to get them vaccinated, they can't go to school. So what happens then? So, we're under severe pressure as a people. It's not just in Jamaica. This is a worldwide phenomenon. So I want to bring that international perspective to it. We're part of a larger movement, a burgeoning movement that is growing. Secondly, my concern, in addition to the lack of liability, is the coercion involved. There's been a traditional thing that the body is sacrosanct, that your body is holy, that you have. This is all about the whole thing about abortion, where they said you are in control of your own body and women are in control of their bodies. Now that an exemption has been made, we're finding out now in the case of this vaccine, and this is a medical procedure, whether they want to call it that or not, you are being coerced and forced to get this vaccine to live. In other words, if you can stay in your house and go nowhere, technically, I guess that's a choice you have, but how free a choice is that? So my concern is that as well, the coercion, the government coercion involved.
And that's what the UIC has been saying the whole entire time.
Yeah, I think it's important for us to realize, sorry to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's important for us to realize that this movement can involve those who are vaccinated as well, like myself. Because
Yes.
if you are concerned, I had it, but I have concerns. And I don't know if I were younger, if I would do it. Well, I would have to, because I wouldn't be able to work. But
Oh, okay. So I'm getting footage from the ground. The police are attacking the protesters.
oh,
Yeah, the police are attacking the protesters.
can you get any video on that?
No, I just saw a couple of videos from the ground. But we're trying to get the live feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
I'm
got
not
some
surprised. Not surprised. There's going to be, that's what has happened here. Anybody who has tried to stand up against this in any way, shape, or form has been jailed. So yeah, I'm not surprised. I would suggest that they peacefully cooperate with the police, or else people will get hurt.
Yeah.
So
let me see
not to resist, but to, I don't know if you can send a message to them. It's a pity we couldn't have a lawyer in the group there instead of just security.
Okay, sounds like they're having issues on the ground, especially with the reaction by the police.
Yeah, is there a lawyer in the group there?
I don't know if he's there, but we do have a lawyer. I'm not sure if he's in the group.
Would be a pity if he was on site, then the police would be more respectful, I think.
Yeah. So we're waiting for footage.
Okay. But if you could send a message to them to be peaceful and to cooperate.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, because people will get hurt. And the optics will look bad. I mean, if we're peaceful and cooperate and they still brutalize us, then the optics are good in the sense that, but even if it's not good that people would get hurt, but.
So we see some folks live right now on the ground. So I'm going to try to see if I can stream their live and see what happens. This account here is Inferno Camp. Let's see what can happen. I'm not sure if Facebook allows, if Instagram allows streaming from a laptop, because they're having serious issues.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's going to energize us more to even.
Yeah, the same thing happened here. I mean, people are in jail just for objecting to this thing, and at least a number of the restaurants here have been hiring security, and other businesses, not just restaurants, a number of businesses, but including restaurants, which Canada was never a place where, like Jamaica, where you had a guard at every business. Canada was a place where people just freely accessed business places. Now, you have to show your vaccine passport to gain entry.
Okay, so we're still trying to get some footage here.
While you're doing that, Devon, I think it's important that we get the message out that even those of us who have been forced to be vaccinated still need to join this fight.
Yes, that's definitely correct, because the UIC is pro-choice. It doesn't matter if you're vaccinated or if you're unvaccinated.
Yeah, and even if you didn't have a choice and you were forced to, you can still, Join the fight.
Yes.
Anything like it?
Yeah, so we're sending the link to everybody on the ground, so that they can just pop into the Zoom. But I don't know if they're gonna see it because they're under pressure there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have somebody here jumping in. Let's see if she's on the ground. Paulette, if you're hearing us, are you on the ground right now?
So she's connecting. Only to audio though.
Okay. Okay.
What concerns me is that even the media has in Jamaica, I mean, social media is another story, but even the local Jamaican mainstream media has joined in this whole movement of coercion. And what people don't realize is, as was said by a famous saying many years ago, you know, right now it may be the unvaccinated, but they'll be next. Doesn't
Are
seem
any
like
of you guys on the
Paulette is
ground?
there.
So Paulette, you're not on the ground. Okay.
No, she's not.
Let me see if I can contact my cousin I know is on the ground. Let me see if I can get him.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
know
we
what's
need to
happening.
get some video and have it recorded. Tell those on the ground, if you can send a message, Devon, for them to record it, because that will work in any court proceedings.
Yeah, they are recording it, and that's how I found out that something
Okay.
was wrong on the ground. They sent me a recording, but I can't share that on the Zoom because that's on my phone.
I got it. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Is news media there? They'll
They should be, yes.
They'll be filming it and they won't be allowed. They won't be disturbed. So.
Okay, we have Paula coming in. I think Paula is on the ground. Let's see if she can share some feed. Okay, Paula, if you can hear me, can you turn your camera on?
She's muted, Devon. Okay, she unmuted. But
right, I'm here. Good afternoon, good morning, everyone.
Paula, are you on the ground?
No, I'm not, and I'm trying to get some information. I'm gonna call someone, and then I can connect back with you. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we're trying to get somebody on the ground to come into the Zoom.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Let me do it.
Okay. All right.
Maybe she should know that she could send them the link if they haven't got it.
Yes.
To get into
Yes.
it.
So if anybody's on the ground right now, we sent the link to our membership groups. So jump in the live or nudge someone to jump on the Zoom so that we can see what's going on. Okay. Yeah, because I did see some kind of scuffle going on between the police and some folk there. Okay. So let me see if I can show you guys the video on my camera.
Okay.
See what's happening. Okay. Okay. So let me show you guys the video that I got. I can show you on screen.
Mhm.
And you can see the scuffle that took place. Okay, so this is one video. A 5-minute long video. Let me know if you guys can see it clearly.
I was just gonna tell you to turn it around.
permission from the police to carry out any march here. Hold on, I'll let you finish. Let me finish. But I want you to hear from me, because I am the police authority here. You did not get any permission to carry.
Sorry, got a call there.
Hey, Devon, if you can send that to me if you don't mind. Yeah, my number so I can probably see it clearly.
Yeah. Okay, let me try.
The best thing would probably be to post it in a group, the WhatsApp group or something.
What's that?
Best thing might be to post it in the WhatsApp group or something.
One sec.
Or post it
The phone call knocked away the stream.
Discipline, walk from here, run. Freedom of movement.
Okay, is anybody here right now on the stream a part of the march? Is anybody on the stream a part of the march? Okay, let's try this again.
Devon, what's the location? What hall is that? Is there a building?
I'm not sure where they are. So let me show the other video.
Devon, turn your phone around. It's sideways. Turn it sideways. Yeah.
Okay, so we have an Inferno that just went live on Instagram. I'm going to go on his profile and I'm going to put up the camera.
We're not doing any march. We are walking. One voice.
Okay, so we're still waiting for people to just jump into the stream and go live. But as you can see, the police as well as the protesters did come together, and it seems like they are actually marching. So that's good. So show you what's going on.
Let's use the term walking, not march. They're
Yeah.
walking together.
They're walking, yes.
I hope the mainstream media in Jamaica, like CBM and all those stations, will start publicizing what's going on, because I know they're going to try to hide it.
Mm-hmm. Froze up there.
Yeah, this sound has stopped. And yeah, it's frozen.
Yeah.
It's
Let me try to
buffering.
cancel.
It's buffering.
Yeah, sometimes Instagram does that.
Is there a Robert car showing something live? on
Robert,
here?
Yes, there is a guy. Robert is on live now.
one sec. Robert, unmute.
The police stop us at every turn from getting to Gardner. So we're back here now, looking for rain. And 2 persons have been arrested already, or detained rather. I don't know if they've been arrested.
Just taking away your freedom to talk. Just taking away your freedom of choice. Freedom of choice.
Turn it up, turn it up.
Just taken away. Just taken away. Hold on. Everybody, the Prime Minister of Jamaica is now the enemy of the people. The Prime Minister of Jamaica is the enemy of the people. He has taken away your freedom of speech. He has taken away your freedom of movement. And he wants to take away your freedom of choice. But we are not going to let him. We are not going to allow him. Because this country belongs to you and me. And the Prime Minister is there at our pleasure. And if he don't get out of the way, we'll take him out of the way. This country belongs to the people of Jamaica, and nobody is going to come here and shoot us with anything. We are saying no to forced vaccination. We're saying no to fraudulent vaccination. We're saying no to fake vaccination. We're saying no to a bully prime minister. We're saying no to dictatorship. We're saying no to lion. We're saying no to thief. We're saying no to corruption. We're saying no to segregation. We're saying no to separation. We're saying no to apartheid. We're saying no, no, no. You hear me? They don't want us. They don't want us to come to God's house. Well, we are going to kick them out of God's house. God's house. God's house. God's house is not Andrew Warner's house. God's house is not Mark Gordon's house. God's house is not the NPM house. God's house is not the senator's house. Leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. God's house is not the senator's house. God's house is our house. God's house belongs to us. And today, they block us from God's house. And tomorrow, we'll kick them out. And so, in the face of all the people of Jamaica, join me in saying, resign now! 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 And if you don't resign, hold on. And if you don't resign, hear me. If you don't resign now, we, the people of Jamaica, will take you out of God's house.
See him, sir.
Mr. Protestant! Mr. Protestant!
Yes, Commander in Chief.
This group, hold on. All of us here today, all of us here today, hold on. Don't worry about the police. The police are there to do the work of their masters, and we answer to a different master. Our master is not no earthly God. Our master is bigger than their God. Our God is a great God. Our God is creator God. And so we are answerable to only one God, and it's not no God. So we're going to hear from our friends who have helped us to pull together. First of all, I'm going to call upon my Muslim brothers to share a word, and then the next person, and then I'll close off. Assalamu alaikum. Now check this out, family. We have a government that is supposed to be of the people, for the people, and by the people. Last week, Dan Anderson came out with a poll that said 75% of the Jamaican people are not a mandatory COVID vaccine. That leaves 30%. So if 70% says no, and you are elected to serve the masses, why are we seeing squats? Why are we seeing all these police officers coming against the 70%? Now check this out. 70% of 3 million represents 21 million. But here is a 2.1, sorry.
There is a 1%, 2.1, but there is a 1% of 30,000 that represents what you call corporate Jamaica, who are putting people out of jobs. And when a man loses job, he can feed his children, he cannot feed his babies. And what is going to happen? Mr. Prime Minister, do you want to see the people of Jamaica starve? Do you want to see the people of Jamaica go hungry? We say we are tired of the oppression. We are tired of the oppression. We stand with Mr. Patterson. Enough of them. Out with them. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum. Listen, my people. Today is a blessed day. Today is a balanced day. Today is a rebellious day.
Yes.
Today is a revolutionary day.
Yes.
Today is a godly day.
Yes.
My people, I am Jesus right here so in front of you. Do you believe in the Almighty?
Yes.
Do you believe in Satan?
No. When was the Satan there?
All right. You said that I'm going to ask you the question again, and I want you to take 2 seconds. Okay. And I'm going to ask you the 2 questions. Do you believe in the Almighty? Yes. I am Jesus right here, sir. I am not Christ. I am Jesus. My name is Nick Akeem Rupert Akeem Martel Mullins, and the Almighty Vision name from 2016 that I am your leader, and this is coming 2020. 2019, I was reminded dramatically. I walked naked for running. Just to feel this power. Give me a second to the general, please. People, I am going to ask you again, do you believe in the Almighty? Yes. Do you believe in Satan? No! Hey, fellow Jamaicans, good morning. Good morning, Jamaicans. People on friends, I want to ask you, I'm going to ask you that quickly to just break up in groups of 10 for me, please. Groups of 10. We are all sitting here talking about the unification of everyone. We are here to show you that our brothers and sisters are united. We have persons here from the Muslim community. We have persons here from the Christian community. We have persons here who are JLP and PNP. This is nothing to do with political. This has to do with the rights of Jamaicans who have been taken. This is talking about our freedom that has been trampled on. This is for the persons who are trying to force our people to be vaccinated instead of going to work. He tells you that you can't go to school unless you're vaccinated. What about the people who don't want to? We should have the freedom and the choice to choose. And what we are talking about is two phrases that we use. My body, my choice. And I'm going to say it again. My body, my choice. My body, my choice. I don't have a problem with our brothers and sisters who want the vaccine. Fine. That is your body, your choice. Don't tell the Jamaican populace that you can't go to work, you can't go to school, you can't go to church, you can't integrate. Unless you do that. This is not a democratic country. We're at this stage right now. We're proving to you that we can come together collectively. Everybody has the choice. And that is the message that we are trying to push. Don't let them separate us. We don't have a problem with the police officers. They are doing their jobs. They are our brothers and sisters. They are trying to make their dollar to go home. I respect them. I need them. They need to be a part of our march. They need to join me because we are here fighting for them. We respect what they're doing. They are protecting us. They are protecting us. So I don't want nobody to sit here right and think that this is some segregation. We are not against the people who are vaccinated. You need to be here. You need to stop being afraid and tell them what is happening. We need to hear the truth. No, we have some persons that are here, and I want you to hear them. You just heard from this gentleman and he has his conviction. You just heard from the Muslim society. No, sorry, the brothers of the Muslim movement. No, you have individuals from the ADZ. They are just on one message, and they're here not to teach you of their conviction, but they're here to show you that we can be here united. And if Jamaica does not wake up, they're telling you right now, we are out here for a reason. We are putting our lives on the line for a reason. There is a noose that is going around the neck of the Jamaican people. And so we are suffer, and we are here work, and they work to make a little bread we can here. It's not got too late if we don't respect each other and stand up for our rights. That is what we are talking about. 1 second.
Hail the freedom fighters of Jamaica. I'm here with the spirit of Nani and Ntinga. I just want to say he said, Africans for Africans, and all man abroad. I just want to say, blessed love and Trinity. Utter love. And that's the one that do me, but I not let go. I never let go. No matter what they do, I will never let go. I love you all.
Yes, I don't have a problem because they said that there's a Christian representative here. I just want the people to hear from the different persons to say that we, they have a way to tell us that we are telling our lies. We are telling lies against individuals because we want to hear you to understand that there's a unity here. You understand? There's a unity here. I don't want anybody here to disrespect. The police officers have to do their job, and I'm going to say it again. We are fighting for them too. The things that for them really want me forced to take them show me out. No, they don't. And we need to love them. We want to cheer for them because of what put them life. What they need to stand with me. They're doing their job. They're doing their job. No problem. Mr. 1 second. There's a gentleman here from another sect. I would like the person to give a talk. His name is Mr. Demon. All the money like King Selassie. One Babylon on the feet. Jump in. Hey, police and soldier, man. Time to lock up some politicians. Hey, police and soldier, woman. You look like you're not seeing none of them wrong. You tired of the oppression? The government create the nation. Hey, second of master. Second of master. We have to get. Yo, Earth and Eden, the nation. Hey, Babylon. That's the father. Earth and the what? No! Vaccine! No! I am going to say this. I don't have a problem with what Mr. Demez is saying, but we have the brothers and sisters here who take the vaccine. So you know what I'm saying? I have spoken to him about what he means by no vaccine. He's talking about the poison that he thinks is there. So we are not fighting against the vaccinated and the unvaccinated. We're not doing that. That is our brothers and sisters. So all is welcome. We're just talking about the vaccine mandate. That you're forced to take something that you don't want to. That's what we are about. Now we have a gentleman that is going to put on that calculation. Yes, we're not online. Yes. Yeah, we're using this one. Yes. Sorry, can I make a way? What are you saying? We're going to get to the meat of the matter, but I want all the people here to understand that it's unified. Don't feel that what is happening here that we are trying to erase anything on you. But they're going to lie and tell we say we're not unified with all of the groups in Jamaica. So we're giving them a military tool to express themselves and then Mr. Patrick will come back and speak.
It should be
Now
finished
just
soon.
listen to this gentleman for a minute.
Hold on.
This is a message.
I'm not sure. It's still to be announced.
We have a constitution. It needs to be enforced. Read the constitution. Prophet Noah put us back into the constitutional fold of government. We are the ones who wrote the constitution, the national constitution. Constitution states you have the right to claim your nationality. Now that the constitution, the United Nations. Right? So we need a republic form of government. Right? Exercise your right. There's no other law higher on the land right now that is higher than the constitution. Enforce it. That is where your right is. Read it and know it. And enforce your rights. That is what the constitution is for. It is for the people. Alright? Whoever signs to the constitution, their obligation, they are obligated to the constitution. And know that.
You hear what he's saying? One of the things about our people is that we tend to just listen and we don't try to read and understand. There is nothing wrong in that. And now we're trying to open persons' eyes. And I will say this to everyone here. I know that a lot of persons would want to talk, but we're trying to make this very short and give opportunities to speak because we need to get to the meat of the matter. Now, I know, 1 second. I am here and I'm going to give this gentleman 30 seconds. Yeah, bless up my people. I saw a discussion about Pan-Africanism. Now, when you talk about the Constitution is the principles of God above all. There are 12 amendments in the Constitution. Our Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, has violated the Constitution and therefore infringed on the people's rights against the freedom of movement and against the freedom of speech. And we the people, with no apology, he should be removed from his position with immediate effect of trying to use mandatory vaccine against the people. We know that we are not afraid. Most people are consciously aware, but unconsciously afraid. And we're here to stand against mandatory vaccine that has taken not only children's lives, they're trying to stop the golden age, but we as a people, as a nation, and as God, as a rise up today for the revolution and for the people, that this must stop without apology, inevitable. It has to stop. We have to save lives, and if we don't save it now, we're going to lose our warriors, our mothers and fathers for the golden age from enlightenment.
Yes, sir. Yes, I am. Yes.
All right, we have been hearing from some of the warriors now. I want to give a chance to Christian Church. They are part of the school and they would have joined us on many marches. So here is our gentleman that represents the Christian Church.
You know what I like this morning? To see the youth. They try to segregate us in so many ways. They segregate us by the lockdown, using COVID to segregate. They segregate us in so many different ways. Today, we are here. The church is here. The Rastafarians are here. The Muslims are here. They're all different denominations. All different cultures are here today. Saying one thing: no vaccine. No vaccine. No vaccine.
Hello, people. Hello. I want to say something right now, and please listen to me. Just listen to these words and hear what I'm saying. If we are here in a negative stance, they're going to use that against us. They want us to hate our brothers and sisters who's over there trying to protect us and make it seem like the police are the problem. They want us to say that the persons who are vaccinated are a problem. I'm going to say this to you. Many of us in here have brothers, sisters, fathers, uncles who have taken that vaccination. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem again with a person who makes the choice with their own body. The vaccine is dangerous, yes, but I don't want us to start the mandate of saying no vaccine, no mandatory vaccine. That's what we're about. Because I don't want my brothers and sisters who have taken it to be isolated. We are not for the vaccine, but we are for the people. who can choose if they want to take it or not. So no mandatory vaccine. No mandatory vaccine. Wow, people right now. I was on the highway talking to a lady. And she said she would take it because she wants Bill Gates owner because she can't flag off for it. That is her choice. But look how we don't want it. No mandatory vaccine. Man have a choice if they want to take Panadol, Benzic, if they want Yam Bush, or they want to take the vaccine. You want to do it, your problem. Don't tell me something have to take it. No mandatory vaccine. We don't want you to leave here to say that we're fighting against our brothers who would have made a mistake or make the right choice. It is their choice. So I'm going to say something again that the UIC represents. My body, my choice. My body, my choice. My body, my choice. My body, my choice. You know what I know? Freedom, liberty. Freedom, liberty. Freedom, liberty. Freedom, liberty. Freedom, liberty. All right, there's a very, very important gentleman I wanted to hear now. And I wish everybody in Jamaica could find him page and download some of his writings and make him tell you what is going on. He's the individual who's trying to make you understand your rights. So that even when the officers come and they're doing their job, you know that they're doing their job instead of us being ignorant. And we can also point out to them if they're making a mistake without getting disrespectful. I was around here when they were trying to block us. And I never walked away across them. When they moved along, I spoke to one of the senior personnel and they're giving their mandates. They have to carry through. No, listen, man. Stop and say that, man. Listen to what I'm saying to you. I respect what the state man is saying to them, don't have to. But all of the brothers and sisters right now are driving around in their cars going to work because of a look them broke. Am I lying? How many persons gave up their day from here today to be here to represent the same police, doctors, teachers, nurses, lawyers? We are here to represent Jamaicans. We're not here to go against anyone. We're not going against JP, PNP, Ross, anyone, police, soldier. We are here for Jamaicans. We are here to show you the way forward. You don't have to listen, but probably here that means you are trying to listen. So when persons are trying to say they don't have to do their job, look behind you and all the cars of persons busy to make the money that they're taking from them because they have their family. They are afraid too. They are scared too. We are the ones who are willing to come and just point out some knowledge to you. I don't want the negativity about us being segregated in this country. We need every Jamaican to stand up for their rights. Every Jamaican. No, I want you to listen to Mr. Rockefeller for a second. He has his 2 minutes too, and then I wanted to hear the most important message. And I'm not even going to get on the mic. I was an individual who loves my country. I love everyone that works here. I will give myself for this country. That's why I'm here right now. I never had a problem with anyone. Like I said, I personally went and spoke to persons of the security force because of the respect that we should have. They are giving their mandates. They have to follow that. No. After Mr. Ross College, you need to listen to the man himself, Mr. Joseph Ross Patterson. But listen to Mr. Ross College as he gives you some knowledge. All right?
Listen, my people. Listen. No. Does everyone here knows what it means to be a Jamaican citizen? What does it mean to be a Jamaican citizen? Okay, let me give you a little history. Let's go back in history. On July 23rd, 1962, we across the seas over in England at Buckingham Palace. The Queen and the Privy Council came to a final agreement, which they called the Jamaica Constitution. So therefore, this term Jamaica was established in England at Buckingham Palace in 1962. Now, that document called the Jamaica Constitution was sent across over to Jamaica to some persons who the Queen has posted under her service, right? And those people initiated that piece of document as the law of this land.
Yeah, so the Constitution of Jamaica is not indigenous to this land. Do you know what indigenous means? Indigenous means to naturally belong. If you are not an indigenous person to this land, you have no right of governance over this land. If you are not indigenous to this land, you have no right of governance over this land. So our constitution is written by the Queen of England. She has no right to have a constitution written about our land. And we as the people did not request such services. No, we have the right to choose under Article 21 of International Human Rights Law. It says everyone has the right to take part in the government of his country directly or through freely chosen representatives. Question: when was the last time we had an election for the Governor General? When was the last time we had an election for the General of the Government? When did our people freely choose a Governor General to rule over us? Well, that is where the rule comes from in this country, my family. It's not through the politics. It's not Andrew Holness. It's not what the names. It comes from people and the Constitution that governs the land. The people must speak out against this illegal Constitution, and we must stand to write our own laws as a nation of people. This is how the United Nations will support us in achieving our real sovereignty. But once we remain as subjects of the Queen, then we will be oppressed by these unlawful forces.
But it just left with Rubber with Joseph Patterson.
This is what I'm talking about.
So you see, they go with Mr. Joseph Patterson.
The Queen is illegitimate. She's not legitimate ruler in this nation. That is the point that is caught in this right now. She is illegal. She is unlawful. She has no right to be a governor of this land. We the people must declare it. We the people must declare it. This land belongs to every one of us who are born here. All of us who are born here. The police, the media, the regular citizenry, land belongs to everyone. And belongs to all of us who are born here. Once we are born here, and the first right is stand for the right to govern over this land. This land is my country.
When you march and start,
Okay, on the picture. I don't know. It just left with Joseph Patterson.
We're headed to the police station. Central police station. Central police station is our destination. Central police station is our destination.
God, man, no sense. My police are still having out the right word. God, man.
once you mention the unit problem, this will happen.
I don't know where Marlon is. Last I saw Mr. Patterson was there on the stage. Yo, what are you going to do? In a Kingston Central, I'm trying to find
One love in the name of the Almighty. Listen, this whole political party of Jamaica, they are trying to create slavery within slavery. The Queen don't accept them bad sign, but they will look slave themselves too. Because a slave within a slave checks them. The whole political party have to abolish like slavery. But it has people in a mental slavery. Greedy and greedy dum dum.
Yeah.
Yo, Central.
Hello? Hello? Yeah. Yeah, man, that boy.
You know, long way with you for that.
On the park, on the car, go march in this bomb.
Excuse me.
what in place. What? Who is the lawyer? The lawyer?
You guys have a lawyer?
Yes, but I'm not in contact with him.
Who is the lawyer?
Talk to Winston.
We are copying, but we are the system I want to stand right now. The freedom of choice, we are copying, we are copying. We are copying. Human rights we are dealing. Human rights. We are dealing justice for all. Labor the man. How you mean? Labor the man. Labor the man that way on arrest. I want to you.
So I believe they're going to the central police station right now. They're heading there. They arrested the president of the UIC, as you saw on video.
Nobody wants to aren't you on this?
Okay.
So as you can see, they arrested the president of the UIC. They arrested quite a few folks as well, but we've already contacted the lawyer. The lawyer is now working on it. He's going to be reaching out to the president as well as the others who were arrested. So let's try to get back some audio and see what's going on.
Yeah, man, right place, man. The people coming out, taking time. Yeah, the people are here with us. People have taken time to come out. That is what I like. See the people come out. One on one. One on one. Yes, yes. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I don't like the secret. People come out. Yeah, why? Why them have high power? Get them come out again. Because if they're not here, they are not. We need them. We up on. Yes. Justice! We need to do long time! Long time we need to do this, long time! Yes, we are waiting! Yes. No point of action. Let's stop blocking the road, people. No, we're not blocking the road. 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 Freedom! 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 Yes, people that come on. No. No freedom. The people are here with us. The people are here with us. Please step back. Please step back. Downtown Kingston looking good. You see, downtown look real good. Stable.
Why is it when don't set the fire when the side of the fire? When the side of the set the fire? What I'm saying, when don't set the fire, why is the side of this?
Listen to him, I have respect for the police. Listen to him. Listen to him.
I'm just at the sidewalk.
Peaceful demonstration. We are doing that. We are doing peaceful demonstration. No, no. Free party, sir! Free party, sir! Free party, sir! What's that? Free party, sir! 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 Boy. Free protester. Officer.
Jamaica is a member of the UN, is supposed to protect the rights of the people. Jamaica is a part of the United Nations.
Downtown looking real good.
I just let me mute that for a sec. Okay, so I just received word that Joseph Patterson is not at Central Police. They moved him to a location unknown. We don't know where they moved the president of the UIC. So let me, yes. Yeah, so they moved the president. We don't know where they moved him to. We've contacted the UIC's lawyer. It's very clear. It's very clear that their actions here are politically motivated, in my strong opinion here. And for them to bring him to Central Police Station and move him without notifying the UIC, without notifying his wife. His wife is on the ground right now, and she has no idea where her husband is. And they moved him to an undisclosed location. And I want Jamaica to know that. I want the world to know that we have no idea where the president of the UIC is. We don't know where he is, and we are concerned about his safety. And if the Jamaica Constabulary Force is watching this feed right now, it is in the best interest of the country. It is the best interest of the JCF to disclose immediately the location of the president of the UIC, so that the lawyer, his lawyer, can be of assistance. So let's bring back the live feed.
Zion!
Somebody talk to him.
Zion!
Somebody talk to him.
Yeah, the wife telling us.
Zem, are you here with us? Can you hear me, Zem? Zem, let me know if you can hear me.
You're not going to know until you get to the
Zem, can you hear us?
No, but if them go stay off it, them can't get any other thing to do.
Yeah, so I stated before, we don't know where the president is. We're trying to get word from the ground, but right now at this point, the president's wife is also unaware of his current location, and they moved him from Central Police downtown to an undisclosed location. So we don't know where the president of the UIC is. Zem, are you on the line? Can you hear me?
I'm here, Devon.
Okay, are you on the ground or are you home?
Oh, I'm off now. I'm off now because I'm little daughter here with me.
Oh, okay. Do you have any update on what happened?
Yeah, I'm getting the information to my cousin there. to give it to Mark in terms of the one I sent out a while ago from the lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's on it.
Okay, so the lawyer is on the case.
No, my cousin is on the case to get the information to Mark pertaining to the media that you sent out in the group a while ago.
Okay, yeah, so I was speaking to the lawyer just now, and he's aware. I just let him know that the president was arrested and he's on the case right now.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's see. And it's kind of scary to know that they moved him from Central to another location. And we all know what might happen, and we're hoping for the best in this. So let's try to get back video feed from the ground here.
Yeah, we need to have some more vigilance on the ground there because we need to get an update as soon as possible.
Yes. Kadim, if you can hear me, can you let us know what's going on? Kadim, can you hear me? Can we get some footage from the ground? Okay. All right, guys. So as we get information, we'll provide that information to you. So my name is Devon Thompson. I am one of 3 vice presidents for the United Independence Congress. We're going to end this live stream currently, and we're going to focus on finding the location of the president of the UIC, as well as finding the location of every single individual that was arrested today. Our lawyer will be on the case, and our lawyer will be representing all of them. Thank you guys for joining us today on this stream.
All right, Devon. Yeah, man.
All right, bye.